Hi, this is Miss Park, and this video is going to show us how to find the shortest distance from a point to a line. So here's a point, and here's a line. As you know, a line goes on forever on both sides, and if I was to figure out the distance from the point to the line, I could just draw a little line from the point to the line and then calculate that distance. But this is actually finding the any distance, but the video is about the lesson for finding the shortest distance. So what's the shortest distance? If I measure distance like this, it just gets longer. If I go like this, it's actually getting shorter now and shorter and shorter. And it turns out that the shortest distance is actually the perpendicular distance. So this one like this. And that's good because we know some things about perpendicular lines. And so that will help us to find this distance d. Okay, so this is a multi-step process, and we have to look at what we have and what we need. So in order to find the distance d from P to the line, I'm going to need to know the endpoint of this line segment so I can find the distance. So let me call this point Q. All right, if I had point Q, I have a distance formula that helps me calculate the d, the distance. Okay. Now I don't have point Q, but I will have the equation of a line. So let me give you an equation. Let me give you an equation in messed up form. This one will be in standard form, just so we get some practice. And then let's make the point 3, -1. Okay, so I have a line and I have a point. Now I have to find this point Q. I don't have the point Q. So what do we have? Given this line, I know that I can find the slope of the line. Okay, so let's start with that first. Let's go little slope. Okay, I'm going to write the formula for slope. No, actually I'm not because I don't have any points. So how will I find the slope of the line? Oh, it's not in y equals mx plus b form. So let's put it in y equals mx plus b form. So that's what we'll do first. Okay, so the line is 2x minus y plus 3 equals 0. And I want to isolate the y. I want to get it into y equals mx plus b. For this one, it's actually easier to move the y to the other side rather than moving everything else, because then the y will be positive, and then just switch sides. Read it right to left. So y equals 2x plus 3. Therefore, the slope is 2. Okay, so now I have that slope. Now, the perpendicular line PQ, or the line segment, we can find the slope of that. Okay, and we can find the equation of that. So once we have the equation of our line, and once we have the equation of PQ, this point Q becomes the point of intersection of PQ and the line. So my first step is I needed to find the slope of the line, which will help me to find the slope of PQ because it's perpendicular. And once I have that, I'm going to find the POI, point of intersection, of PQ and the line. And that's going to give me point Q. And then I can do the distance formula, distance from P to Q. Okay, so those are the steps. So let's continue. Let's find the equation of the line PQ. So this is my step 1. Okay, step 2, the slope of PQ is going to be the negative reciprocal. Negative reciprocal of 2 over 1 is negative 1 over 2. So that's the slope of PQ. Actually, I should put here an and equation of PQ. We need that. We need 2 equations. Okay, so then number 3, or it's still number 2, I'm going to find the equation of PQ. So y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. I'm going to have to sub in a point. I don't have Q. I have to sub in 3, -1. That's all I have. Okay, so negative 1 equals negative 1/2 times 3 plus b. Negative 1 equals negative 3 over 2 plus b. negative 1 plus 3 over 2 equals b. I'm going to have common denominators so I can add. And so now I have 1/2 equals b. So the equation of PQ is going to be y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1/2. Okay, so now we've done step 2. We found the equation of PQ. Step 3 is going to be finding this point Q, the point of intersection. So for step 3, I'm going to have to set up a system of equations. So equation 1 was 2x minus y plus 3 equals 0. So 2x minus y plus 3 equals 0, little equation 1. And then my second equation is y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1/2. Okay, now we can do a number of things. We can take the second equation and multiply it by 2 to clear the fractions. That's one thing we can do. And get 2y equals negative x plus 1. And then keep the other one the same. 2x minus y plus 3 equals 0. We could do that. And then line up the terms and then use elimination. Or we can use substitution. So we could substitute line 2 into line 1 because y is already isolated. And I get 2x minus negative 1/2 x plus 1/2 plus 3 equals 0. And then isolate x or solve for x. And this is going to be substitution. Okay, so either way you do this, you're going to get a point of intersection. And then we can use a distance formula on the point of intersection. So this is going to give us a POI, and then we're going to use distance formula to find the length of PQ, or distance from P to Q. Okay, so I didn't quite finish it, but I've set up the sort of the harder parts, which is the shortest distance is the perpendicular distance. Okay, shorter than all the red ones and all the other distances. To find it, we're going to need to find this point Q that's on the line. To get that, we need to find the point of intersection of the line and the PQ. But to find the point of intersection, we need the two equations. But to find the two equations, I'm going to need to find the equation of PQ. But to find the equation of PQ, I need the slope, and I get the slope as a negative reciprocal of the slope of the line. Okay, so lots of steps. Best thing to do here is practice a bunch of these. They might take time, but try to give it some time and hopefully everything will be okay. All right, thanks for watching.